Have you dreamt of becoming a millionaire? Who doesn't want to be one, right? Maybe you've made a mental link between being ultra rich to being extremely happy. But what if I told you that being a millionaire isn't necessary to be genuinely happy? Imagine this if you can. You have a limited amount of money in your bank account, and you have already bought everything you need until you receive your next check. With any extra money you have left over, that is the money that you should put in your savings. However, as you are walking by the store, a deal catches your eye. The latest phone on sale, and its current price is exactly what you have in your pocket left over after paying bills. What will you do then? Welcome to Savvy, where we have lots of practical wisdom to share. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button below, and while you're at it, hit subscribe. You must be aware of how money works, the financial know-how. That sounds challenging, but simply just talks about how best to let money flow through your bank account. Well, right after you finish this video, you might become a wiser spender. Number 1, keep memories, not things. One of the things you could struggle with is the unending impulse to buy things and hoard them. This might be because buying and buying keep you giving the sense of fast happiness that would just evaporate in a few moments. Some will even make you feel bad when paired with the realization of the fact that the thing you just bought really does nothing except give you more chores on the house when you eventually have to clean the dust off of your additional hoard. Numerous studies have proven that instead of investing in stuff that you get to just spend time with yourself, it's better that you invest in experiences that you get to look back on and keep forever. Even if you're the introverted sort of fellow, reflect on this. Would you rather buy a new video game or have a ticket for one to spend on a trip? While most trips require lots of socialization, you can have one that's tailored to your lifestyle. What's important is that you get to spend life with other lives, other experiences that are tangible and real and won't collect dust as you get older. Another tip is to give rather than receive, since the grand aim of having enough money is to achieve happiness. Giving back or sending gifts is a great idea to get started. Number 2, start with your mindset on money. Are you financially literate? Really? It's a serious question that you should be honest with. Money works based on how you control it, and not vice versa. You should be the one at the helm of spending. But how? Start with your mindset about money with the following tips. Tip number 1, ditch the idea of consumerism. If the terms are alien, it simply means you should stop letting commercials control your spending and actually reflect on your life. If what you're spending on are your immediate needs, you have to be aware that the advertisement about slimming supplements is telling you to slim up your body, but in reality, you don't need that at all. Another example is to not fall into the trap of that nicely packed peppers at the grocery store. Because when you decide that you could plant them yourself, well, you can get them for free after all. So free yourself here and now. Tip number 2, consciously make efforts to be debt-free. While it's easier said than done, it is also possible rather than not. All you have to do is to start and not get new debts when given an opportunity. Have a strong mind that won't be enticed with a longer loan term because, to be honest, if that loan term is translated, you can have more savings for 5 years versus having to pay up with interest for 5 years. Which would you prefer? Tip number 3, save for more than 6 months. If you are able, save now and don't stop. If you aren't able, Then save up, starting with what little you have. The aim is to protect yourself from unseen and sudden situations where you might need lots of money to cover for. The savings will help the burden and not put you back to another loan deal. Tip number 4. When you have some extra money outside of savings, invest it. Let this excess grow in a separate account because in life, you might need to spend not just for yourself, but also for your family's emergencies. Number 3. Consider what's enough. To be fair, it's hard to define what's enough because it differs from one person to the next. But just to give you an idea, enough is something that will make you think to yourself, I'm happy with where I am, even if there's room for more. It's the state between a debt-ridden life and an overly luxurious life. It's the kind of enough that will make you sit on your porch with a warm mug of coffee, feeling contented despite the harsh weather. When you get to that point, congratulations! Number 4. Emotions can control your spending. One of the truths about spending is that it's governed by your emotions. So in order to control it, you have to control your emotions as well. You have to consider things on a larger scale and limit your emotional feedback at it. As one psychologist said, limited emotional responses can be achieved if you regard gains and losses as small rather than big, by looking at things on a larger scale. Number 5. For those with kids, talk money with them. Lastly, raise the kids within your vicinity, especially if you're the parent, to be financially literate and experienced on their kid level. Don't avoid talking about money because avoidance never does anyone well, especially them because they need that financial knowledge. After all, it's better to let the kids lose their $50 from spending candy and then learning from it versus losing their $5,000 when they grow up because they don't know what right spending is. Well, that is enough practical wisdom for today. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up below. We will be posting 4 to 5 videos per week. So click the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of our new videos weekly. Thanks everyone and see you in the next video. Ciao ciao!